Some illusions and delusions, fantasy world happening at the same time with genius ideas, negotiations, some clashes, calculations, and occasional punches. Welcome to the week of 13 October until 20th October. I'm your astrologer Kira, and this is your weekly forecast. Please subscribe, please comment, please ask some specific questions because I'm here for you. And of course, please check my readings. Now, let me begin. On 13th of October, Venus will finally enter the sign of Libra. Welcome home, darling. We've been waiting for this moment for so long. Venus in Libra is not just about love. This is the equal give and take. This is the win-win. This is proper negotiation, politeness, mannerism. So in that sense, maybe you will finally get out some elegant clothes from your closets, and you will dress up neatly, you will look great, and you will act like a lady or like a gentleman, and this will all be very, very, very refined. However, there is always this however or but. The moment when Venus enters the sign of Libra, she will create an opposition toward Neptune. Venus in opposition with Neptune are fantasies and delusions. And last night I read in one very special book the difference between fantasies and delusions, because fantasies are something which you cannot quite see, but it's there. While delusions or illusions is something you cannot see, but it doesn't exist in reality. Important difference. My microphone just fell off, as always. However, Venus opposition Neptune can symbolize phenomenal singer, but it can also symbolize drug addict, as it was the case with Whitney Houston, who was blessed with incredible voice, and at the same time she ruined her life. Dancing between those delusions and fantasies, the destiny of the artist. So in those moments during this very day, someone will sit by the piano or by cembalo and create something which sounds very old, because Neptune is very close to Saturn, and at the same time something extremely beautiful. So beautiful songs or compositions will be made during Monday. Let me see what's happening there. Oh, the god of the underworld, the black god, is turning direct in Aquarius. So finally Pluto is turning direct in Aquarius. One of those slower moving planets is getting unlocked. I believe I told you several times that all of them will, slower moving planets, will be unlocked by late February, early March next year, when we all will begin completely new phases of our lives, because all those planets are entering or have already entered the another zodiac sign. So everything new begins then. But this Pluto will bring renewed enthusiasm and at the same time rebellious feelings. So I believe that we could have several more revolutions. By now there is one that happened in Nepal, and the other one, was it Moldavia or Azerbaijan or some country in that area, East Europe, West Asia. Something happened there in an instant. something could be happening in my country as well, especially around November. But this Pluto direct in Aquarius will bring us giant steps into new technologies and also reveal many dark secrets that have been created for the past 20 or 30 years. And those secrets could be related to the world of big business plutocracy, simply put, where society where the powerful people, those who are ruling countries and also the whole world, are those who are incredibly wealthy and therefore powerful and therefore capable of making the rules. But this Pluto, as it entered the sign of Aquarius, entered the sign of revolutions, and now dirty secrets have been revealing constantly. It won't go so smoothly because Pluto can bring masses on the street and consequently blood wherever Mars creates some tense aspects with it. But in any case, this will be a giant step forward into better society. I'm not going to talk about upscaling or upgrading or changing our frequencies and all those spiritual things. You know everything about it and you can listen to it all over the internet, and the awareness and the blah blah blah. No, this will common people will demand changes, and changes there will be, and those changes won't be perfect, but in any case we will move into positive direction, small step by small step. However, before this happened, we couldn't even move. On 14th, Venus in Libra will still create this opposition with Neptune, but now, as she moves, she will create trine with Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. This could be a moment of incredibly fated, strong, synchronized, accidental, imminent, nuclear type of love. But there are some chances that this love won't last if you have specific placements and planetary positions in points and planetary positions in your chart. Because each time Venus creates a trine aspect toward Neptune, this can be highly unstable. It can be stable if you fall in love with a pilot, astronaut, or someone who does something very unusual, and then your future can be seen through traveling of your partner and having those on and off phases. But if you are dreaming about having a stable home, then this is not for you. On the other hand, partnering, especially in the world of new technologies or IT industry or something that will be seen or heard or felt all over the world, this is phenomenal aspect and you must use it. Partnering with someone unusual, at least two unusual people or people who are very skilled in programming, AI technologies and who knows what, to be able to send your message across the world or to send your content, products, services, whatever. This is the day sent straight from heaven. And if you have placements in early Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, this is something you have been waiting for the past 30 years. Trust me about this one. And this aspect will last whenever any planet crosses early Libra for the next couple of years, changing our lives incredibly for all of us who have significant air signs. So if you are Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, this is your time to shine, and shine you will. But it won't come to you if you sit on your butt all day and chew something and watch TV or YouTube or whatever. So you must stand up, search, and you will find there is also a possibility for you to connect with a powerful figure on the other side of the world and work for that figure, or team up or partner up or whatever. Start your project. This is a perfect moment. At the same time, Moon enters the sign of Leo, so there could be some issues going on the global level because Moon represents people. Leo represents governments or kings, the ruling part of society, and Pluto in Aquarius represents explosions and the rebels. I'm afraid that around, let me check, 15th, yes, that should be Tuesday, there could be some mess going on somewhere on this planet. And you can determine that by looking at a country horoscope or a certain specific town or city horoscope. And knowing their points, you can predict where anything shady or anything blessed will take place there. And whenever this aspect happens, I already know that one city in my country will be under the influence of this aspect, so there could be something going on there, and I already alerted few people there to be very careful what they are doing, because there could be a mess on the streets going on. Besides that, someone's feelings could get hurt, or someone's ego, or better to say their vanity, so who cares? On 15th, the moon in Leo creates tense aspects, so-called the square in astrology, with Mars in Scorpio. This is not a good aspect at all, because whenever Moon and Mars are creating some tense aspects like squares or oppositions or quincunx and so on, this is the symbol for surgeries, for molesting someone. Either a violent man can attack a woman or a small child. If it's someone grown up, it should be a grown-up woman, not a girl. And this can also hurt someone's soul, but what is very dangerous is that since the moon will be in the sign of Leo and Mars is in Scorpio, Mars is attacking moon, so moon is in the sign which symbolizes the heart and the spine. So take care of your heart and your spine, and don't take anything to your heart during that day, because heart attacks could be possible, or some harsh issues happening to ruling figures, not just presidents or kings, but to your bosses, for instance. This is also the aspect which could affect, just let me check. No, it's the heart and the spine, and then Mars is in the sign of Scorpio, so there could be some excretion and how do you say it politely? Genital organs could be in danger, inflamed, something could be going on with hormones and so on. So if you don't feel quite right, try to rest during that day. Don't rush somewhere and then end up in an emergency unit. Now, on 17th, Sun in Libra, oh no, will create a square, so tense aspect with Jupiter in Cancer, which means I have a house, I have a farm, or I have a house with garden. This is something traditional. This is something I had inherited from my ancestors, and I'm very attached to it. Or I respect the religion of my ancestors or my history and something like that. And then there it comes someone who wants to buy my house, but I don't want to sell it. I cannot sell my family history, and I don't want to do it. But they want to buy this house, and they want to give me fortune to be able to build a hotel there. So as you can estimate, this aspect describes conflicting situations regarding properties, positions, even food, and on one side, and on the other, negotiations, some offers. Or maybe someone could offer me something, but I would say no, because their offer is insulting. If you are in the world of fashion or makeup or architecture, this is the moment where someone who holds a certain authority will stand in front of you and say, who created this ugly dress? Or who made the interior design of this ugly home? And you could say, me. Why? And then the clash will begin. So try to be calmer. Do not fall for the first provocation. Just let someone tell you what they offer or what they are thinking about your creations, and be quiet and be still. Don't worry about it. Their thoughts are not your problem, and you should not get involved with that if you are not interested in that. Let me tell you what's going on next. On the 18th, we have Moon in Virgo, so Moon enters the sign of Virgo, creating sextile with Jupiter in Cancer. And now you are going to reconsider that offer regarding selling your property, and you are going to do some thorough calculations. Maybe this can pay off, and this deal could be closed in about 2 to 3 weeks when Sun enters the sign of Scorpio, or approximately in about a month. If you get this offer by 17th, this should be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, this should be Friday. So offers should come Friday, and then you should think about it and do your calculations on Saturday. And if you can negotiate, because you must be very careful and smart and even shrewd while negotiating this deal, then everything will be closed and you will be very successful with it in about 4 years, counting from 17th of October. No, in about 18th of October, when you gave your counter offer. And then 20th and 20th, the next day is Sunday, and I'm going to close with Sunday. On Sunday, when I have my Slava, and this is something very particular for Serbian Orthodox families. So we are turning this apartment upside down, mostly me, almost all me, better to say just me. I'm the janitor lady here, and I'm cleaning everything and fixing everything and promising myself this is the last time I'm doing this and wasting my time. Next year everything will look different, and this apartment should look different, but let the God lead us. And on 19th, this conflicting and calculating energy is clearing. Absolutely, because Moon is entering Libra, and as it enters Libra during the next couple of hours, it will create phenomenal aspects with Uranus and Pluto. And in those moments, you will gain some aha knowledge, and information will be spread so easily. And I can predict that because at noon the priest will come to my home to bless that main cake and the candle and other things. And then after priest gets out, then some other female family members will come in, and then we are going to talk and reveal secrets. But food will be plentiful, food will be excellent, I hope, and we are going to have such a great time. So I believe that you will spend your day in a very similar manner. This is mostly about communication. Unusual ideas are getting out straight on the table, and some deeper transformations. At the same time, this is the moment of signing some contracts online all over the world, negotiating, communicating, getting down that rabbit hole of some specific but very unusual details. Such a great day. And that's not all, folks. Of course, because a little later on, Moon will conjunct Venus in the sign of Libra, and this is such a beautiful aspect for female gatherings, older women, senior women, and younger women, creating something together, having such a great time together. Also, if you are not participating in a family gathering, then this should be something very beautiful happening around your marriage, your committed relationship. If you are single, this is not. If you're single, or if you are in a romantic relationship but you are just starting, or something unpleasant is happening, then this aspect won't touch your connection with that other person. But this is the day which you should spend sewing clothes, some beautiful dresses, or rearranging dresses, or redecorating your home, or making some beautiful, small, very elegant cookies, something very exquisite, beautiful. Dealing with your nails, painting your nails, doing something small, but something which will bring you so much fun in life. So, my dear babies and gentlemen, this is how this week should look like. A little blood, a little tears, a little annoyance, and then some beautiful cookies. And I will have some beautiful, very small cakes on my table, and a big cake. And not let me explain everything, but food will be exquisite. So I'm already looking forward to that day, although days before that are going to be spent on working and cleaning. Now, when it comes to signs, things are the same for you, Aries. You are going to feel sleepy and dreamy, but generally speaking, things should look the same, although you may not feel so annoyed or aggressive as going throughout the past week. On the other hand, if you're a Libra, you could suddenly fall in love with an image or a ghost or some delusions you have, but at the same time, don't take those emotions so literally, because if it doesn't work with a human being, then you can create a work of art. You could look all over your room or apartment and suddenly you will gain some phenomenal ideas how to redecorate everything around you, to refine not just your living space but your whole life. However, if you are encountering someone new, please be careful, because this person may be better for some business partnerships, not so much for love. Love will come a bit later, not just now. If you're a Taurus, you are focusing on your work the most, and you will feel great around your work, especially in later part of this week. At the same time, there could be passion and aggression going on in your marriage or committed relationships. So maybe any fight you have with your partner could end up in bed, or by biting each other. And looking on the other side, Scorpio could feel annoyed and ready for many verbal fights. But at the same time, Scorpio will have some incredible ideas, and Scorpio should connect with people coming from overseas, or Scorpio should dedicate this week to scientific research or medical research if this is their industry. In any case, you are ambitious and ready to conquer the world, which can annoy your wife or husband, who knows. If you're Gemini, things are opening up bit by bit. You could encounter a Libra or an Aquarius person, and this could be the love of your life, at least for the next couple of years. If you are a Sagittarius, you are getting fat, please get onto that diet and do not fight for your home or your farm. I mean, do not fight. Fight if you have to, but be reasonable and try not to be stubborn, but try to see the situation from all angles. Maybe this is a lousy deal, but maybe this is a phenomenal deal. You will know it in your mind around Saturday. If you are Cancer, things are looking quite well for you, especially on Sunday. There is nothing especially important happening for you, except there could be some ups and downs with your finances around the second part of this week. If you are a Leo, you could have those calculations and negotiations, and this may be a bit hurtful or insulting for you, although you will have pure intention of creating some equal give and takes in your relationship or your life or with your closest friends. Something around your siblings, especially your younger siblings, could shake you a bit. Maybe you could be a bit sad. Something will happen there. In any case, be watchful how you are driving. If you are an Aquarius, the sign opposite to Leo, where is the Uranus? You could fall in love with someone crazy, or your children could get nuts all of the sudden. Or you may suddenly discover that you are pregnant and you are carrying crazy but genius twins. For instance, These are just possibilities. In any case, you are ready to learn something new, and now is your time. Now you feel passionate and in love with your studies or your traveling plans. If you are a Virgo, oh, you should control your language. Do not curse, do not use ugly words. Be polite, be mannered, because mannerism will bring you profits. And around the late part of this week, you are going to do some calculations. If you're a Pisces, you are remembering or remorsing about some past times. And when I say past times, I refer to last January, February, March, maybe April or May, when some things suddenly happened in your life. Maybe you were suddenly cut off of some dear people, and now you are going through those situations and not feeling so good. Also, keep away from unknown medications and alcohol during this whole week, because this Neptune could create chaos in your mind if you're not careful enough. So this was for all signs, generally speaking, but this is the general prediction, especially if you have your rising sign aligned in those signs, and then secondary your sun, and then tertiary your moon. But if you're interested to know about your future, because I'm one of those astrologers who doesn't like to spend an hour explaining your character to you, except in the case you want to listen about that. I am someone who will go through your character in the first 3 to 5 minutes, and then I will tell you what will going on in your life in the future. So whatever you want to know regarding your finances, your investments, your communication abilities, your studies or traveling plans, your home and properties, when you will have your home or acquire another property, then your children, your health and working environment, marriage, when you are going to get married, again, your investments, psychological transformations, maybe some traumatic or dramatic events happening around you or inside of you, which will immensely change and then trace the new path for your success or accomplishment, your purpose, your vocation, where is your career headed, will your career have any relation to your education, so you can save some money, or you will know where to turn to. And besides that, how does your social circles and networking are looking, and when those powerful and supportive people will enter your life and help you, because no man is an island. And then if you're interested, I can see whether you will have some overseas traveling, will you live in long distance foreign lands, and what is going on regarding your mental processes, and most importantly, who is your hidden enemy. And don't be surprised if I see that you are your biggest enemy, because in many charts I can see this situation. But with that kind of guidance, then it will be way easier for you to be prepared for the things that are coming, and above anything else, not to feel lost or desperate regarding your life. This was your astrologer Kira, my dear babies and gentlemen. I wish you all the best, and things are finally accelerating starting from this week. Thank heavens and thank all the planets which are moving above us and creating this reality. Love you all, and I hope you will hear me for the next weekly forecast. Bye.